Today we're going to be talking about the A chord on the guitar. That's the traditional way to play the A chord, and I'm going to go over that, but also some easier ways, some different ways to get some different sounds, but it's all going to be the A chord, so check it out. So to play this chord, first of all, try not to play the low E string at all. That's not used in this chord. If you hit it accidentally, it doesn't sound bad, but it's technically not the traditional A chord. So the first note in the A chord is the A string, open. Then you're going to put your second finger on the second fret of the D string, your third finger on the second fret of the G string, and your pinky on the second fret of the B string. So I think it's best to play the A chord using these fingers, have your first finger not used. So you got to put your second finger way over here, and then third finger right under it, pinky right under it like that. And make sure that your fingers are nice and curved like this, so that you don't accidentally mute the high E string, because you want that to ring out. Your first finger, you don't have to stick it up in the air like I'm doing. You can just kind of have it hang out right here. It sounds like this. So that's the traditional way to play the A chord, but here's a much easier way to play the A, okay? Just put your second finger on the second fret of the G string, and then your third finger on the second fret of the B string, and that's it. Keep your first finger out of the way, keep your pinky out of the way, play the high E string open. And that's an easy A chord. It's totally fine to play it that way, it'll work. Another easy A chord is called an A power chord. It sounds like this. So this one, you put your first finger on the low E string, 5th fret, then put your pinky on the 7th fret of the A string, and that's it. You could also use your third finger if you want. And what's good about that is you can use your pinky on the 7th fret of the D string, and altogether it sounds like this. You could also use your pinky for both. The good thing about using these fingers like this is you could also add your middle finger on the G string right here, on the 6th fret. And then, eventually you could do what's called an A barre chord. A barre chord is when you take your first finger and bar it across all 6 strings like this. And then you add these fingers here, all together like this. The advantage of playing the A chord like that is you can slide to the G chord or to the B chord or to any other chord really a lot easier. So here's an example. So to do that traditionally, I'd have to go. So it's kind of challenging. If you've never played a barre chord before and you're having trouble, I have a video that has an exercise you could do every day, and before you know it, you'll be able to play any barre chord. So I'll put the link in the description. Please check it out. Another way to play the A chord is like this. So this is just like playing an F chord. You just slide up so that your third finger is on the 7th fret of the D string, second finger on the 6th fret of the G string, and your first finger on the 5th fret of the B string. Make sure your fingers are at an angle like this. It's very hard to play it this way, so give them a nice angle. Make sure your pinky is hugging the third finger. You can also bar onto the high E string like this. adds an extra note. It's got a nice sound. Another A power chord is like this. So you put your first finger on the 7th fret of the D string, 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the G string. You can also add your pinky on the 10th fret of the B string like this. And another great way to play the A chord on the electric guitar is like this. So this is just like the D chord. You play it like this. We're just going to slide all the way up to the 9th fret. So your first finger is on the 9th fret of the G string. Your 3rd finger is on the 10th fret of the B string. And your 2nd finger is on the 9th fret of the high E string. So all together it sounds like this. You can get some great sounds on the electric guitar like this. Well, that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me, and please join me in the comments if you have any questions about the guitar. If you just want to let me know what you think of the video, I'd love to hear from you. I would love to connect with you. I appreciate you watching this video. I appreciate you commenting, subscribing, liking, sharing, all that stuff. And the A chord is A-OK. See you next time.